Israel's cautiously welcoming the newly agreed resumption of nuclear talks between Iran and world powers. Tehran earlier said it would also allow nuclear inspectors to visit a secret military facility, which is yet to be arranged. The move follows Israeli threats of a preemptive strike on Tehran's nuclear sites. The Western allies suspect Iran may be building an atomic bomb, which it denies, saying its program is for peaceful energy only. Previous visits by UN atomic officials could not conclude on the existence of weapons because they were denied access to key facilities. Now, researcher Benjamin Schkett's been looking at how to separate the reality from the rhetoric being levelled at Iran. Let's talk to him now. He's in Vienna. Hi there. Good evening, Benjamin. Good to see you on the programme. Yeah, it's a complicated one, isn't it? Nuclear talks between Iran and the world powers have broken down a lot in the past. There have been reports of disagreements now between the six powers already. What is the forecast, do you think, for whether these discussions will bring a positive result this time round?
Well, the only thing we know for sure, I would say, is that Iran is working on nuclear technology for peaceful purposes, and everything else are just assumptions, or to put it in other ways, accusations made by Israeli and US officials.
So when the UN inspectors, if and when, I mean, it's not finally been agreed, but it looks like it'll go ahead, if those UN inspectors get access to that plant at Parchin, what will they be looking for, and what are they likely to find, do you think?
Well, Parchin is actually a military base, and it's there is no evidence whatsoever that that the Iranian government would hide any nuclear activities taking place there. And actually, in 2005, the Iranian government already gave access twice to inspections from the IAEA. And in a later report, they confirmed, the inspectors confirmed that they did not find any evidence for nuclear activities.
I mean, looking at the Israeli side of it, we've heard all this tension ratcheting up lately. Israel now seems to have accepted calls for a diplomatic resolution, for now in Iran at least, but it still insists, doesn't it, the best way to deal with Tehran's a military attack. What would it take for Israel to call off the dogs?
Well, it seems to be some kind of theater that the Israeli and the American officials are playing, because Obama seems to try to convince Israel that diplomacy would be the better way, and
having said that, I know that both the Prime Minister and I,
an attack would be only the final solution. But in fact, Obama's soft power that he is using to meddle into Iran's interior affairs, they probably will not succeed, not with economic sanctions, because although they hit Iran hard, there are still countries like China, India, even Japan and South Korea and others who are still importing Iranian oil. So this will probably not completely work out. On the other hand, provoking some kind of regime change already failed in 2009. So probably at some point Obama, the American administration, will say, well, we tried everything in diplomacy and so on, and when Israel attacks, they will, of course, support them.
OK, that could be at some point in the future. Let's go back to the present, though. This week, there does seem to have been a bit of a change of heart from Iran, saying the inspectors can go into Parchin. And why do you think they've done this now? Is it because of the ratcheting up pressure we've been hearing about? Is it because of these sanctions starting to bite?
Well, Iran, it's not the first time that Iran tries to find some kind of compromise with the West. And there have been, over the years, there have been negotiations, and with the support of countries like Brazil, Turkey, Russia, to find a compromise between Iran and the West. And always when Iran tried to please the US side, they and the Israeli side tried to make up new evidences with questionable sources in order to make us believe Iran would develop nuclear weapons.
Ben, I spoke to Iran's nuclear envoy, Sultaneh, just last week. He told me he was pretty convinced that the IAEA is under manipulation, principally by the US. And doesn't the UN watchdog have a duty to prove its impartiality, therefore, to get things moving? Do you think it should do more to put its cards on the table and be clear?
Well, Iran certainly has good reasons to be skeptical with the activities of the International Atomic Energy Agency at the moment, because, as we know, their current Director General, Mr. Amano, has strong ties to the American Secret Service. There are documents revealed by WikiLeaks that show that he was actually meeting an American ambassador and promising to work in favor of the United States. And the reports that have been, last report from November 2011 is where the agency is claiming that Iran would have a hidden nuclear program, or that there would be the suspicion. All these claims, they come from very questionable sources and not from clear facts.
All right, Ben, thanks for being on the programme. Researcher Benjamin Schett there talking to us from Vienna. Much appreciated.
Thank you.